Hey guys, welcome back to your daily with Crystal. Today's daily is a man who has friends must himself be friendly. We're going to be in Proverbs 18:24. So I'm going to read this and then we'll talk about it. Oh, my glasses here. A man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Today I want to talk to you about friendships. Do people form cliques? Yes. But let me give you a very good definition of a clique. A clique is a small, exclusive group of friends or associates. Typically, these groups make it clear to outsiders that not just anyone can join and be a part of their group. They accomplish this by making those on the outside feel like they are less important than those inside the clique. What's more, people in cliques are notorious for using their perceived power as a way to hurt or bully others. The clique will exclude, ostracize, and leave out others on purpose. A clique and a friend group are two very different animals. People are allowed to have friend groups. I have to say that multiple times. People are allowed to have friend groups. Those who like to hunt and fish hang out with those who like to hunt and fish. Those who like to puzzle hang out with other puzzlers. Those who shop hang out with shoppers. Those who like to watch movies hang out with others who like to watch movies. Quite often, the moviegoer will switch groups and go hunting because, guess what? The moviegoer might actually enjoy hunting. You are allowed to hang out with people you have shared interest and life experience with. Or maybe you just plain get along with them. Currently, I am an empty nester. I do not really enjoy hanging out with people who have small children. Sorry, guys. I like children on a case-by-case basis, but when I want to hang out, I want to be kid-free. Not so when my children were younger. My husband and I hung out with people who had children our kids' ages because the kids could play and we could have fellowship with adults. Does this mean I'm in a clique with other empty nesters? Well, unless we don't let you hang out with us, then no, we're not exciting anyways. In most cases, people don't have friends, not because they are being left out, but because they will not show themselves friendly. This is today's verse. A man who has many friends must himself be friendly. Have you ever tried hanging out with a group of ladies? Have you ever asked if you could come over? Have you ever invited them to your house for dinner or a play date or for coffee? I hear this all the time. I never get to hang out with the pastor. When have you ever invited us over for a meal? When have you ever asked to hang out with us? You'd be surprised how many people don't invite us to do things. I don't have a group I hang out with. I minister to a few different people and I hang out with my hubby. To have friends, plural, you have to be friendly and step out of your comfort zone. You have to put yourself out there, not wait for others to receive you in. It doesn't always work that way. There was a couple that visited our church a while back and told their mother, who had visited several times and in fact was still attending, that our church was not friendly. The mother was shocked. I was shocked. Our church is bordering creepy friendly. So I asked around to our parking lot safety team, greeters, ushers. Lo and behold, this couple came in almost 30 minutes late and they left during the altar call. They did not even give someone a chance to be friendly to them. At least be honest with yourself. If you struggle with making friends, I'm sorry. It is hard to step out of your proverbial boat. But staying in your boat and floating around alone is not Christian fellowship. Neither is it good for your mind or your soul. Ask the Lord to help you. Pray for the strength to step out and show yourself friendly. I'm going to give you a hint. Most people feel just like you. The extreme extroverts are the rare ones. Friendships are hard to make and hard to keep. Why? Because it takes work. But once you find those friends, they are rare and precious gems. So let's rehash this a little bit here. A man who has friends must himself be friendly. And you know, I hear this a lot. Probably this happens in junior high groups. There are cliques. There are girls that mostly girls, and I say this because mostly girls, right? They don't want you in their group for some reason or other. They make sure that you're not welcome in their group. But you know, we work hard at our church specifically that we don't have cliques. There are groups of ladies that hang out with each other. And I tell all these ladies all the time, you're allowed to hang out with people you like. You're allowed to hang out with people that have common interest with you. You are allowed to do that. And it's not a clique because you like somebody and hang out with them, or you like a certain group of ladies, or, and I find that with a lot of the women in our church, right, there's certain groups, like they'll do, they have a group for this and a group for that and a group for this. And so it's not that others aren't welcome in. I think an outsider would look at it and say, well, I'm not welcome, but they've never put themselves out there. And that's the whole point of today's talk, or word, I should say, is that you have to be friendly to make friends. If you're waiting for people to draw you in, you're not going to do very well. And trust me, listen, this is coming from an introvert. When I met my husband is an extrovert of the extroverts, okay? We go places, he wants to spend the night with strangers. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can we just get a hotel, please? This is driving me nuts. I came from introvert of the introverts. I moved around a lot. I lived in, I think at one point I counted maybe 21, 23 different places by the time I was 18. I had lived in all these different places. I would go to 4 different schools in one year. No, my mom was not military. We were not military. My mom was just a gypsy, just a kind of a hippie, carefree spirit. So we moved around all the time. And I remember in junior high, it's really hard on kids. And I get it, but hopefully you can help your kids in this. They got to put themselves out there. I remember eating lunch in the bathroom. That's not a joke. Nobody accepted me in. And this is what I told them. Nobody likes me. Nobody's accepting me in. Nobody wants me around them. So I took my lunch. I remember going into the bathroom, sitting on the floor, eating my lunch and crying. And is that sad? Yeah, that's sad. Does that happen? Sure. But at the same time, I did not put myself out there. I didn't try to make friends. I wasn't the friendly type. I was I'm quiet, I'm shy, don't talk to me. I was always very tall. People say I'm intimidating. I don't know why, but I think I'm kind of goofy. But I guess if you're tall, I was taller than most people. Maybe it's just intimidating. And so I've always had a hard time making friends, but it's my fault. And I realize that now, and I understand now. It took the Lord healing me and healing my heart to realize I have to put myself out there. Are there people that will draw you in? Yes. There's people that will draw you in all the time. There's people that go around and they are so outgoing, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I could be more like you. I could if I put myself out there. But the second part of this, not just putting yourself out there, but friendships are hard, okay? And, I've been married for 23 and a half years now, almost 23 and a half years. And, marriage is hard work. It's a very rewarding work. I love being married. I love my husband. I love sharing life with him, but it's hard work. And we've fought hard to get where we're at because it doesn't just happen. You have to work at things. You have to be selfless. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be forgiving and gracious. All these things to be in a marriage relationship. Well, it's really not a lot different in a friendship. If you find the second part of that scripture, right, it's a man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And let me tell you that those type of friends are rare finds. They're very rare treasures. Somebody that you can trust as a brother, somebody or as a sister, somebody that you can trust like that. And it takes time to develop that relationship. It takes you getting out of your boat and saying, I want to be friends with this person. I like who they are. I'm going to put myself out there. You know what? And if you put yourself out there and people smash you, find somebody else. That's not the right friend for you. I always say, I believe in divine connections and divine disconnections. I ask the Lord, you pick my friends for me. And if God shows you somebody that you need to be in friends with, then you have to step out and you have to say, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get to know this person. I'm gonna invite them over. I'm gonna do things with them, and if it's of God, it will flourish. But you've got to put in the effort, and you have to put in the work. Friendship is hard work. Don't resort to saying people are cliquish because because of who you are. That's rarely the case. Are they out there? Yes. Are there cliques in churches? I'm sure there are. Is there cliques in our church? Maybe. I don't know. I work hard at helping the ladies realize, that people, you need to get outside of yourself. But are there friend groups? Absolutely. Yes, there's friend groups. Why? Sometimes it's just people live next door to each other. They live close together, so they spend a lot of time together. Their kids play together. We've got there's 3 families that I'm thinking of right now, and all their kids are like literally the same age. And these 3 families constantly do things together. And it was kind of spurred on by their children being in the same age group. But then, you know what? They just like each other, so they hang out together. You're invited too. They're not excluding you, okay? And there's the big difference in a clique, is a clique will exclude you. You're not invited. You're not welcome, okay? So when you see things like that, or if you see a group that you want to be a part of, why don't you just ask? Step out of yourself and say, hey, can I join your group? I like to bowl. Can I go bowling with you? I like to watch Hallmark movies. Can I watch Hallmark movies with you? Would it be okay if I was invited? Sometimes you're not invited, or just because it's a small place where they're going. There's not enough room. Who knows? Don't take everything so personally, though. Most of the time, it's not about you. So don't take it personally. Friendship is rare. It's hard to find. My best friend is my husband. I don't have a group of women that I hang out with. Specifically, it's my chosen path. I've chosen that. Do I have some people that I trust and love? Yes, I do. But I don't have a group that I hang out with. I just don't do that. I hang out with my husband. We minister together. I minister to other people. So get outside of yourself. Step outside of yourself. Give the grace, as much grace as you want for yourself. Give it to those other people that maybe you want to get to know. Get to know people. Ask if you can come over. Most people are going to say, yeah, totally you can come. You're invited. Just step out of yourself. So that's my word for today. If you want friends, you have to be friendly. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. I don't know how to do this stuff. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it today. See you next time.